Hello everybody, SSA here, aka Super Suna Arashi, your coach of the Groningen Noctowls, bringing you week 3 of the BBL Season 2 as we take on Jonathan, aka JohnnyGB, coach of the Seattle Metal Sounders, if I'm not mistaken. This week we're bringing a Mega Sableye, Lugia with leftovers, Tapu Lele with the Psyche MC, Metagross holding the Assault Vest, Black Sludge on the Tentacruel, and of course Torkoal, the MVP so far of my team, also holding the leftovers, while my opponent is bringing the Emolga, the Ductrio, the Genesect, the Incineroar, the Mega Gardevoir, and the Kyurem White. And I'm very was surprised when he brought Emolga, but at the same time, I love that. You know, I'm a sucker myself with using like mons. You don't see that very often. So if I see the same thing happening to my opponent where he brings a mon that you don't see that very often, it makes me kinda, you know, feel, how do you say that? Energetic and enthusiastic to actually play a match. But looking at his team and looking at my team, the Genesect of course is looking very dangerously because we don't really have something to attack it with. We have the Torkoal, but you know, after the amazing performance of Torkoal last week, I think my opponent kinda knows what Torkoal can do. And the Kyurem White can also be a problem. So the replay this week has been done by AutoMatthic, so I will put his link in the description below as well. But this week we'll have a regular replay instead of the Citra replay. So that's why, you know, I'm saying that because it's only fair if I also give a shout out to the people who do my records. Just like all the other weeks, you know, the best mon to start off with for us is the Mega Sableye, as my opponent is actually gonna start out with the Emolga. So, you know, it's not going to do that much with the Volt Switch on the Mega Sableye, but I was kind of surprised by seeing Emolga right away from the beginning. Now, of course, he's going into his Intimidate Incineroar, so my Sableye will get an attack drop, but we still can get the knockoff off, and now the Assault Vest is gone from the Incineroar, which is amazing for us, because now, you know, we have a good chance to, you know, bring this mon down. He's going to try to knock off as well. I protected to see what he was going to do. I was like, okay, if he is going to knock off an item from one of my mon, I'm going into my Tentacruel. He's actually going to Flare Blitz, so this is actually going to work out very well for us, because that is not going to do a lot of damage. That is actually doing, I would say, 20%. The Black Sludge is still on my Tentacruel, and now I can, you know, force him out while my Tentacruel is still on the field. He's now going into his Genesect here, while I am just going to Scald since it was the much safer play for me. I could have gone for the Toxic Spikes here to actually get the Toxic Spikes up, and maybe hindsight 2020 I should have done that, but you know, my team is already defensive as it is, so, you know, I had to play a little bit offensive here to hurt my opponent. Now he's going to U-turn. That U-turn is going to do amazing damage on the Mega Sableye, and he can now go into his Tom Brady, which is his Kyurem White, a big threat. Now the Turbo Blaze is here, and here is where I kinda made a mistake later on because of the Turbo Blaze, because in the match itself I didn't know what Turbo Blaze was doing, because I'm not, you know, comfortable with playing Yuba so far, as the knockoff will not sack off his substitute and the Ice Beam will kill off the Mega Sableye. So Mega Sableye is down. Now, here is where I think I made the mistake. Yes, so I bring in my Oscar. I was like, okay, he can't hurt me. I'm multi-skill, I'm still at full health, I can do this, I can, you know, Whirlwind it, and, you know, the Kyurem White is off the field. But Turbo Blaze negates the ability of your opponent. So multi-skill, even though we have it, it's not working because of the Turbo Blaze. And because I looked away for a minute. I didn't saw the ability, so I totally forgot what Kieran White's ability was. And, well, you will see here that he was a C user. And I did the calcs, I was like, alright, also a C move, we can hit it with Multi-Skull, but of course, Turbo Blaze. You get the picture. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to actually demolish Lugia here. And yeah, I made a mistake here. I made a big mistake here because, you know, I'm not used by doing Uber matches. This is only my third Uber match at all. So I should really practice more Uber matches on Showdown. Just try to build a team and just, you know, try to involve myself more in the meta. Now, my Metagross, however, is going to put in a lot of work. You guys already know how much I love Metagross, especially Assault Fast Metagross. You know, it's one of my favorite things to use at the moment. And you can actually see why in this side of the match. Now he's going to switch out into his Incineroar. The Incineroar, of course, will use Intimidate, but we are Clear Body, another reason why I love Metagross. We're going to hit that Meteor Mash. It's not going to do that much, but because we have also Earthquake on this thing, we can easily Earthquake the Incineroar right now, and Metagross will get the kill in this match. So, that is one reason why I love Metagross. You know, Clear Body, the Assault Vest, and you will actually see that in action against the Dugtrio. Now, the Dugtrio will use Earthquake, and you would think, oh my god, it's gonna die. We're living on 5 HP. We're living on 5 HP. Now, of course, I already knew this thing was going to be Focus Sashed, but I was like, I have Bullet Punch. Normally, I run Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash, Earthquake, and Pursuit on an Assault Vest Metagross set, because it just packs a punch, and it actually shows that right here. I'm the king of minerals, by the way, I believe, because it happens in the past where my Pokemon just lives on 3 or 5 HP, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, I thought, you know what, there's no Stealth Rocks in the field, there's nothing on the field, I can easily switch out Metagross and potentially, you know, use it again later on because of the Bullet Punch, because we have a priority move. So I thought, let's switch out into Tentacruel. Now, Tentacruel will get a crit there from the Genesect, which kind of sucks, but, you know, with the Black Sludge, you know, it doesn't really take that much damage in overall. So here I was like, okay, I think now is the time that I have to put up the Toxic Spikes, because Sludge Bomb is not gonna kill. And if I put up the Toxic Spikes, at least Tentacruel helped out during the rest of this match, because I could have Sludge Bomb, could have done like 60% HP on this thing. I think that was the amount when I did the calcs. Or I can put up the Toxic Spikes and, you know, help me out in the rest of the match, potentially whittling his team down. Because at this point, I lost 3 Pokemon, but he only lost 2 Pokemon. I thought, alright, you know what? In case he wants to switch out or something, I need to, you know, hit my C move. So I did that, C power, and we're going to use that Twinkle, the Shattered Psyche, not the Twinkle Tacker, the Shattered Psyche, because I was Psyche MZ. So it's going to do a lot of damage against this thing. This also, you know, as I said before, if he wants to switch out, it will do a lot of damage against any of his side of the field. Even the Genesect, I think we at least do some damage. He's going to use Calm Mind. Here I kinda, you know, was like, okay, I have to attack. I have Moonblast, I have Psyshock on this thing. Moonblast and Psyshock did the same amount, but in case he wants to switch out or something, still, you know, I had to, you know, Moonblast there. I thought, you know what, let me Calm Mind up myself. Maybe we can live a hit or something like that. But, you know, this shows that Tapu Lele in this team, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, you know, spoiler alert, I might have to trade Tapu Lele or release hit and get a free draft later on this season. Wink, wink. But that is all later in the season. It will go down against the Mega Gardevoir here. So now it's like, okay, I can go into my Metagross right now, and I can force it out and hopefully do some damage. He's gonna withdraw his Gardevoir. He's going into his Emolga again, and you know, that I didn't surprise. I went for the Bullet Punch in case he wants to stay in. Alas, that won't happen. And you know, it sucks for us, but I like to see it at the same time. But Emolga is going to get a kill in this match. He's going to full switch out, and that will kill off the Metagross here. And we'll get a kill for Emolga. Again, it sucks for us, but at the same time, you know, being the kind of person that likes to use mons that you don't see that very often, you know, at least it was like, aw, I can appreciate that, I can respect that. So the Mega Gardevoir comes in again. He's now, or she's now poisoned because of the toxic spikes. Now, of course, our MVP of the season, Champa the Torkoal, is here, the last mon standing. He's going to use Psy Shock. That isn't going to do a lot against the Torkoal, and the Torkoal can use Lava Plume, and Torkoal will get another kill. I think that is Torkoal's 7th kill now in this league. Torkoal, you're a monster. I cannot, you know, Torkoal, you know, it doesn't do much. It didn't do much in this match. My opponent, by the way, I have to pause there. My opponent, by the way, made a very good remark at the end of the match. Because he was like, he was so scared of the Torkoal because I would be running Shell Smash. Now I didn't run Shell Smash. I brought Earth Power instead of Solar Beam, and for the rest it was like the same set as I brought last week. But that got me thinking that if I did brought Shell Smash, it would have actually been a close call this match. I don't think I would have won this, but it would at least bring the differential maybe a little bit down. But, you know, everything that is hindsight 2020, you know. You can't predict that. But it got me thinking, like, you know, I might need to use that idea in the future. Like Shell Smash Torkoal, like even Protect Torkoal would have been good here. So we can at least, you know, stall out the toxic spikes once we get that up. So, you know, I had Toxic on Torkoal as well. My moveset was like Lava Plume, Toxic, Earth Power, and Stealth Rocks. So instead of Toxic, I could have brought Protect, and maybe instead of Earth Power, I could have brought Shell Smash. But either way, you know, we're going to lose this match. We're only going to lose this match 3-0. And, you know, I was like, you know, we're gonna live on 10 HP, by the way. I went for Lava Plume because it did more instead of the Earth Power. Now, imagine if I had Protect here. I could have been like, alright, you know what? I'm going to Protect. I'm going to try to Toxic Stall the Kyurem White here. That would have been amazing, by the way. It would have not given Torkoal the kill, but at least it would have been something fun. He gets an unnecessary crit here, and we're going to lose with 3-0. So, overall, you know, I made a small... Well, it was a big mistake, but, you know, I'm not feeling that bad about it myself because, you know, I'm still new to the whole Uber meta. So, you know, I haven't faced Kyurem White that much before, and I know Terrafold was a thing, but because I looked away to do some calcs when the Kyurem White came in, I didn't saw the ability come up from the Kyurem White, and I totally forgot the ability once I switched into the Lugia. It's still a mistake from my end, so, you know, it's still something I need to learn. I need to prepare myself much better for mons that I'm not used to. But my opponent played a very good match. Didn't expect the Emolga. Loved that. You know, I played very well in the beginning by knocking off the Assault Vest on the Infernape. Metagross put in a lot of work. I did a bit well putting up the Toxic Spikes, but I could have done that very much earlier on in the match instead of going for Scald. So that is something I should have done maybe, and, you know, bringing Shell Smash on Torkoal was a niche that I maybe should have brought, but, you know, it didn't cross my mind when I built this team. And, you know, we lost 3-0, but that's not a big loss like the losses that we have in the PMC. It means that we're still doing a bit well on differential in this league. And next week we will face off against the Lawrence Talonflames, led by Coach Austin. And, you know, if we can win that match, you know, a lose in this league doesn't mean that much if we keep the differential low. And, you know, in the end, I'm not here to aim for playoffs. I am here to aim to just have fun and to learn the new meta. But if there's a possibility later on in the regular season that we can reach playoffs, of course I'm going to try my hardest to actually do that. But in the end, I just want to have fun and try to learn the new meta. And, you know, things like this, you know, the small mistakes that I'm making in this match, it absolutely helps me out for the near future if I want to, you know, compete in other leagues. And, you know, I can only appreciate, you know, my opponents in that matter, because in the end it's learning me a lot. So I should stop rambling after a match, because the end of my videos are always way too long. My apologies for that. If you enjoyed this, of course, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share this video with others, slash the subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that is sincerely appreciated. Big thanks to Jonathan, aka JohnnyGB, coach of the Seattle Metal Sounders. His link will of course be in the description below, as well as all the other coaches of this league, and AutoMatthic, who did the replay for me this week, and he probably is going to do the replay for next week as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys upcoming Sunday for the PMC Week 7 match versus the Dutch Decidueye, and next week in the BBL Week 4 match against the Lawrence Talonflames. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!